This episode is brought to you by FX's The Bear. The hit series returns with Jeremy Allen White in the Golden Globe-winning role of Carmy. He and the team will transform their family sandwich shop into a next-level spot, all while being forced to come together in new ways as they confront their past and reckon with who they want to be in the future. FX's The Bear. All episodes now streaming, only on Hulu.
This is Optimal Health Daily, episode 2195. 7 Nutrition Mistakes When Trying to Build Muscle by Monica Cvoro with idealnutrition.com.au. And I'm Dr. Neil, your very own personal narrator. Welcome to a Thursday edition of Optimal Health Daily. This is one of a few shows where we read to you from blogs for free so that you don't have to read them yourself, except on Fridays. That's where I answer your questions. And with that, let's get right to today's post as we optimize your life. 7 Nutrition Mistakes When Trying to Build Muscle by Monica Cvoro with idealnutrition.com.au. Building muscle is at the top of many people's lists of health and fitness goals, and for good reason. Not only does building muscle have physical benefits for athletes in their sport or for building one's self-confidence, building muscle is health protective and can help with managing chronic health conditions too. So, what are the key principles required for building muscle? How to build muscle? A good strength training program is a non-negotiable for muscle growth. It is the necessary stimulus for the process to start. However, training for muscle growth without focusing on nutrition is like a job half done. Nutrition acts as the facilitator to help you perform well in training and recover from the session optimally so that training adaptations can occur. Without the proper nutrition in place, muscle growth can be compromised, even to the point of muscle loss. It's common for people to underestimate the power of nutrition in optimizing muscle growth, yet it plays a crucial role in the process. Here, we will cover 7 common nutrition mistakes that people make when trying to build muscle. 1. Not eating enough calories. Muscle growth is optimized with an energy surplus from your diet. Not eating enough total calories in the day from either struggling to eat enough or aiming for fat loss at the same time can compromise this process. It is possible to gain muscle and lose fat at the same time. However, there are few situations where I would recommend this strategy. This is because muscle growth is optimized with an energy surplus, which involves eating more calories than your body needs to maintain its current weight. Alternatively, fat loss generally requires an energy deficit, whereby you would need to eat fewer calories than you expend. Exceptions to this rule, where gaining muscle and losing fat at the same time, also known as body recomposition, are more likely to happen, include strength training beginners and those who have a significant amount of fat to lose. Aiming for these conflicting goals at the same time for most other people is a suboptimal approach to gaining muscle. This makes the process slower and more inefficient than it needs to be. Luckily, in some cases, only a small calorie surplus is required for building muscle. 2. Not eating enough protein. Protein is essential for muscle growth. Post-resistance training, muscle fibers have been broken down and need to be rebuilt. Protein provides the essential amino acids for the growth and repair process to occur after this muscle damage has been done. The gold standard amount is 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram body weight per day to optimize the muscle growth and repair process. When it comes to protein, hitting this total daily intake is the most important thing. If you want to optimize the process further, spread your protein intake evenly across 3 to 6 meals over the day. This is referred to as protein distribution. Think of it as trying to optimize how many opportunities you have during the day to facilitate muscle protein synthesis. Muscle protein synthesis starts after a training stimulus is provided alongside adequate amounts of protein. For protein intake timing around training, try to get a good serving of protein, which is about 30 grams, within the 4-hour period around your training session. For example, within 2 hours pre-workout or 2 hours post-workout. 3. Not eating enough carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are the best fuel source for supporting training. During digestion, carbohydrates are broken down into glucose in the bloodstream, which is then stored as glycogen in the muscle and liver. During exercise, muscle contraction utilizes this readily available energy from the muscle. A lack of carbohydrates in your diet, particularly pre-workout, can lead to suboptimal training sessions. Optimizing your performance in training sessions by incorporating carbohydrates, however, means working harder and getting better results. Having whole grain sources of carbohydrates in each meal, as well as carbohydrate-rich snacks pre-workout, are easy wins when it comes to optimizing your performance and ultimately your gains. 4. You are taking the wrong supplements. Supplements can be a great tool for enhancing your muscle gain game. However, differentiating the effective, evidence-based supplements from the non-effective ones can save you money and lead to more muscle growth. For example, supplements like greens powders, collagen, fat burners, or non-stim pre-workouts aren't effective for muscle growth. Evidence-based supplements that will assist muscle growth include creatine and protein powder if you struggle to get enough protein through whole food sources, among some other supplements that have more indirect effects on muscle growth. 5. You are only relying on supplements. Some people like to think that supplements can make up for their lack of effort with their diet. Supplements can be great, but they won't do all the work for you. What you do day in and day out with your diet, training, and recovery will have the greatest impact on your overall ability to grow muscle. You can gain muscle with a bad diet if you are eating enough protein and total calories, just like you can still lose weight with a bad diet if you're in a calorie deficit. However, the process won't be optimized, and you won't feel as good as you could throughout the process or in the long term. As a dietitian and sports nutritionist, I like to say that performance and health go hand in hand. Great health underlies great performance, and great performance in the gym can lead to more muscle growth. Therefore, dialing in your nutrition to support your health in general can have invaluable impacts on how you feel, train, and recover during a muscle growth phase. Focus on eating a nutritious diet most of the time, with a wide variety of vegetables, fruits, legumes, lean protein, whole grains, and healthy fats. 6. Disregarding meal timing. For most people without a muscle gain goal, meal timing isn't the be-all and end-all. Some people, for instance, use intermittent fasting as a tool for weight loss. However, when it comes to building muscle, or any sort of performance goal for that matter, the process can be optimized by spreading your food intake across the day. This is something to think about if you regularly skip breakfast or go for long periods of time without eating. Spreading meals and food volume can help to regulate energy levels and reduce gut upset when energy requirements are high. It can also help with nailing protein distribution, as discussed earlier. And 7, not meeting minimum fat requirements. Consuming a minimum amount of fats each day is necessary for regular hormonal function. It's recommended to eat at least 0.3 grams of fat per kilogram body weight per day, or to have 20% of your total energy intake come from fats. This is a minimum target, however. Aiming slightly higher than that can be beneficial. Not meeting minimum fat requirements can negatively impact estrogen and testosterone. Compromised testosterone levels can impact your ability to gain muscle. Opting for healthier fat sources such as extra virgin olive oil, avocado, nuts, seeds, and oily fish will also provide other beneficial vitamins and minerals along the way. Summary. Putting a few key nutritional strategies in place can be the difference between muscle growth and stagnated progress. Next time you enter a phase of muscle growth, consider the following. Eat enough overall calories, eat enough total protein, eat enough carbohydrates, use evidence-based supplements, don't rely on supplements, consider meal timing, and meet your minimum fat requirements. You just listened to the post titled 7 Nutrition Mistakes When Trying to Build Muscle by Monica Cvoro with idealnutrition.com.au. Business owners know that hiring the right people can be a real challenge. Make it easier with Indeed. Indeed is the hiring platform helping over 3 million businesses do it all. Attract, interview, and hire all in one place. Don't spend hours on multiple job sites looking for candidates. With Indeed's Instant Match feature, over 80% of Indeed employers find quality candidates the moment they sponsor a job. I especially love that if you invite these or any candidates of your choosing to apply, they are 3 times more likely to apply to your job than candidates who only see it in search. Start hiring now with a $75 sponsored job credit to upgrade your job post at Indeed.com/health. Offer good for a limited time. Claim your $75 credit now at Indeed.com/health. Just go to Indeed.com/health and support the show by saying you heard about it on this podcast. Indeed.com/health. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed.
This episode is brought to you by Liquid IV. Whether you're working out, side on your tan, or running errands at the perfect pace, Liquid IV powder keeps you going with 2 times faster hydration than water alone. Because real life is extreme enough. Real people, real flavor, real hydrating. Buy a stick in store or at liquidiv.com with the code podcast for 20% off your order.
Dr. Neal here for my commentary. I was so glad when today's author Monica mentioned the importance of carbohydrates when trying to build muscle. Protein is always part of the conversation, and for good reason. As Monica pointed out, carbohydrates provide the muscles with the energy they need to perform at their best. And if the muscles aren't performing at their best due to a lack of carbohydrates, well then, they're not going to grow as big. And it turns out we absorb proteins better when we have some carbohydrate-rich foods along with them. So, include some carbohydrates when you're fueling up, especially post-workout. All right, that wraps up today's episode. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being a subscriber or follower of the show. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another Friday Q&A where your optimal life awaits.